the depths of the oceans to the reaches of the stars, we are driven to advance our lives through exploration and investigation. Leading the way is CSS. Since 1988, our motto, Scientific Minds, Common Sense Solutions, captures our dedication to employ rigorous scientific methods to address modern health and environmental challenges. We are stewards of the sea, evolving approaches to protect, maintain, and sustainably use coastal and marine resources from coral and fishes to offshore wind. We stand ready 24/7 to respond to natural and man-made environmental disasters, employing safe and effective response solutions to help communities return to their lives. We advance state-of-the-art applications for data management, display, automation, and artificial intelligence. As we reach further beyond Earth's bounds, we stand at the forefront of developing solutions in microgravity research, with the knowledge that innovations born from space exploration will enrich life here on Earth. From oceans to orbits, CSS is there with scientific solutions for every challenge.
Universal Stage Adapter goes between the exploration upper stage and the crew module, so we serve a few different purposes. One, we're the primary mechanical interface between those two components, so the astronauts and their module sits on top of us. Two, we serve as the volume for payloads, so the co-manifested payloads that go into flight sit inside the Universal Stage Adapter. And then three, we're the electrical pass-through between the crew module and the exploration upper stage. The Universal Stage Adapter will be the largest human-rated composite structure to ever fly. So that's what really sets it apart. Any flight that requires both humans and payload will utilize the universal stage adapter during flight. Behind us is the first of 3 articles. It's the development test article or damage tolerance article, and it's being shipped out to Marshall for testing. It will make roughly a 5-hour trip over to Marshall Space Flight Center. We'll offload it from the barge there and take it to the test facility where it'll get put into the test stand for modal and structural testing. So we've intentionally introduced flaws or damage into the article. We'll put it through life cycle testing and show that it's capable of handling that type of damage. The second article, which is in manufacturing now, is the qualification article. It will be used to show that qual loads are acceptable. And then the final article is the actual Flight Unit 1 build, and it will go through some acceptance testing, but ultimately it will get shipped down to the Cape for first flight.
There's so much that gets me excited about the future of space. There's a goal at the end of the road, but there's so many different avenues to get there.
The possibilities that we're able to achieve in the next 5 to 10 years is so exciting.
So now we're kind of in this new phase where we're really leaping into a lot of new technology, and it's really exciting to be able to work on that next generation of new space development.
There's so much more to explore. It's exciting to be a part of right now.
Across the industry, we've been seeing really incredible ideas. A lot of what we do supports increased knowledge of what's out there to really help defend our nation.
3D printing in space, permanently manned moon bases, asteroid mining. I mean, there's an incredible opportunity. It's like living inside of a science fiction novel. It's incredible.
So right now we're going to go ahead and unlock the cassette. So when we open this, we're really hoping to see a nice piece of cardiac tissue. Proving out this idea that we can biomanufacture in microgravity for the benefit of people on Earth. There is some tissue in there. This has been a phenomenal day. It's pretty rare that you get to see your work kind of come to a conclusion like this. With the hopes that eventually we can use microgravity to answer the organ shortage. Microgravity is the answer to a lot of our problems, and we're only just starting to scratch the surface of what it can do.
Congratulations to the NASA and SpaceX teams. Welcome to the ISS, and it is an honor to have Crew 7 with us.
We've been training together for a while for this exact moment where we could continue the amazing work that's done on the International Space Station.
It's absolutely fantastic to see their smiling faces. Welcome to space, Crew 8. We're so excited to be here. We are doing so much exciting science at the moment.
And it looks like we are getting a space selfie. We go to explore the heavens, but we also go to improve life here on Earth. And that includes attacking this dread disease that we know is cancer.
I'd like to welcome Axiom 3 on board the International Space Station.
We had tremendous support from ground to make it possible to achieve all our science goals.
And liftoff of Starliner and Atlas V, carrying 2 American heroes.
The Cygnus spacecraft is now on its way to the International Space Station, Northrop Grumman's 20th resupply mission.
Sending our projects to the International Space Station is truly the next frontier for us.
And liftoff of CRS-29.
NASA's SpaceX 30th Commercial Resupply Services mission.
We're here to do science. We're here to learn about how to live and work and explore space.
This is an incredibly exciting time for human spaceflight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our MC for the day, Miss England herself, Jessica Gajan.
Welcome, welcome. Amazing videos. What a fabulous way to kick off things for the 13th Annual International Space Station Research and Development Conference here in Boston. So you might be asking yourself, why is this Brit standing before you all today? Well, my name is Jessica Gajan. I'm an aerospace engineering graduate and the reigning Miss United Kingdom through the Miss World competition, and frankly, a total space nerd. I've used my platform over the past few years to speak with students about the exciting opportunities building in aviation and aerospace. Today, however, I am incredibly honored and excited to join as your MC for day 1 of ISSRDC as we showcase the amazing science and technological innovations taking place on the orbiting laboratory and growing community in low Earth orbit. But before we get started, what a lovely week to be here in Boston, right? Did many of you get to join us last night at the Red Sox game and watch Raja Chari throughout the first pitch? Yeah? I was particularly excited to attend last night's game because, well, while my country might have a little bit of a history with Boston and that harbour just down the road, we are incredibly passionate about our football, and the owners of the Red Sox actually also own my beloved Liverpool Football Club, so that was a treat. But now, here we are, ready to blast off into this conference. Yes, that was an incredibly cheesy line, but I think it's appropriate for this audience. During the next few days, you'll hear from speakers and panelists who are accelerating efforts in science and taking advantage of truly awesome orbiting laboratory, the ISS. First, I would like to thank our platinum sponsor, Boeing. Please visit Boeing in the Marketplace Expo on the 3rd floor in the Gloucester Room. You'll have numerous opportunities to explore the Marketplace Expo during the conference. Perhaps you visited some of our sponsors last night at the Marketplace Expo. We'd like to thank CSS for a great first networking reception. During these 3 days, we'll meet here to enjoy the main sessions and hear about research benefiting humanity and the evolution of economic and business development models supporting commercial growth. Here at ISSRDC, we're uniquely positioned to have meaningful conversations about how we can work together and foster collaboration and the future of space-based research. The technical sessions will be on either side of this room on the floor. If you haven't already, please go to your app store and download the conference app so you can plan out your days and rate each of the sessions as they're happening. We'll also be taking questions for certain sessions through the app, so you'll definitely want to get on there and play around. Okay, so let's not wait another second to dive into this agenda. I'd like to now turn it over to Dana Weigel, NASA's ISS Program Manager. Please join me in welcoming Dana to the stage.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 13th Annual ISS Research and Development Conference. Thank you for being here with us and joining us this week. We really appreciate it. This is the second time we've held the ISSRDC in Boston. The last time we met here was in 2015. It's great to be back here in this city where research and technology are thriving. We've done so much incredible research on board station since the last time we were in Boston. I thought I'd share with you a few of my favorite highlights. We did the first DNA sequencing in space. We launched the Cold Atom Laboratory, which is a unique microgravity facility that allows us to study ultra-cold quantum physics. We 3D printed metal for the first time in space. The crew ate the first food that we ever grew in space. It was red romaine lettuce. We also grew the first tomato. Through technology improvements, we have advanced what we can do with water reclamation on board station. We're at 98%, which is pretty impressive. That's really close to what we need for a Mars mission. We bioprinted a human knee meniscus, replacement retinas, and heart tissue. Our ultimate goal is to make transplants available to anyone who needs them. We're hoping to 3D print organs on board. We produced over 7 miles of flawless optical fibers. And thanks to our protein crystal growth research in microgravity, we've made advancements in cancer drug treatments. We have one right now that is currently undergoing phase 3 clinical trials. We also tested the first two-way end-to-end laser communication system using an instrument called Illumity. These are just a few of the examples of the amazing research that we're doing on board Space Station. It's the science and research community, all of you sitting right here in this room, who are the true innovators. You are advancing technology and industry, you're improving life here on Earth, and you are inspiring future generations. Science and research remain the #1 priority of the Space Station program. We can't do it without you. It's always a busy time on board Space Station, as I think all of you know, and it feels like it's only getting busier. Just since last year's ISSRDC in Seattle, we've flown 8 cargo missions, 2 SpaceX Dragons, 2 Northrop Grumman Cygnuses, and 4 Roscosmos Progress cargo missions. We have had 27 people on board station since last year from 9 different countries. First ever long duration space flight for UAE, and short duration flights out of private astronaut missions for Sweden, Turkey, Italy, and Spain. Looking ahead just around the corner, we've got Northrop Grumman 21 Cygnus mission launching this Saturday from Kennedy's Space Center, bringing 8,500 pounds of cargo and research to the ISS. After that, in mid or late August, we plan to launch a crewed Dragon. That'll be Crew 9. We'll do a crew exchange. And then in mid-September, Roscosmos will launch a crewed Soyuz, and we'll do another crew exchange, followed by SpaceX 31, another Dragon cargo research mission. It's a really exciting time in low Earth orbit. Station continues to be busy, and we're maintaining a high research tempo. I want to emphasize to all of you that we are not slowing down. We plan to fully utilize Space Station. We're pressing full steam ahead to make maximum use of the vehicle on board. We do have a number of new capabilities that are coming online. I'm hoping to see in this next year Dream Chaser's Sierra's Dream Chaser vehicle flying. That's a winged vehicle. That's going to bring with it return capability. You know, today we've got the Dragon cargo vehicle as our only vehicle that can return research for you guys, and we're going to add one more vehicle that can do that. JAXA is also working on a cargo vehicle. It's called HTV-X. When that comes online, that's going to substantially increase cargo upmass to station. There's a lot to look forward to in our future, so please keep bringing us your innovative research ideas. Some of the exciting things that we've done on Space Station started as ideas at the ISSRDC. I want to thank you again for joining us this week. Thanks to our partner CASIS, who has successfully managed the ISS National Laboratory for over 12 years. And with that, I'd like to welcome to the stage and introduce ISS National Lab CEO, Ray Lugo.
Well, good morning. I want to thank everybody here. I know there were choices that could have been made as to where you were going to be today, and I'm very, very happy that you guys decided to be here with us. So, thanks, Dana, for that introduction, very kind words. On behalf of our partners at NASA and the American Astronautical Society, we're thrilled to have so many returning and first-time RDC attendees with us. We have a terrific agenda. I can assure you a lot of work went into it. And the next few days will be full of learning and networking opportunities for all who either are already doing or aspire to do R&D on the ISS. Our ecosystem is dynamic and ever-changing, so please engage with your peers and make most of this year's conference. This year's theme is Trailblazing Low Earth Orbit. It's fitting that we're here in Boston, a city with a rich history of trailblazing moments. And there are so many firsts from Boston. Everything from the first bionic lower leg system, which I could really use, to the first fluffernutter sandwich, which I don't like. Not to mention the very first public school, the very first woman to earn a PhD, and unfortunately, Dunkin' Donuts. That alone would put you on the map. This past year, we've seen real progress and results coming from the research on the ISS. Many of those involved in this R&D research, commercial partners, government agencies, and new commercial platforms are here among us and will talk about their groundbreaking work. It'll be fascinating to say the least. Now, I'd like to acknowledge all of those who make this conference possible, our sponsors, and truthfully, our sponsors have really stood up this year. Boeing, who is returning once again as our platinum sponsor. They've been a great partner for many years with the ISS R&D and in many programs offered by the National Lab, including the Genes in Space program and the annual Technology in Space Prize. And of course, NASA has relied heavily on Boeing for the successful operation of the ISS from day one. So thank you very much, Boeing and John Mulholland. I don't know where you are, you're over there. Thank you very much. We have two gold sponsors this year. VAST is once again sponsoring at the gold level, in addition to sponsoring yesterday's Advanced Materials and Manufacturing Workshop and our daily coffee breaks, which is very important. And we're pleased to welcome CSS as a first-time gold sponsor. Last night's networking reception and our Wi-Fi sponsor, which is critically important. Our sincerest appreciation to both gold sponsors. Our 2024 silver sponsors include Airbus, KBR, who got me on a selfie, Leidos, Northrop Grumman, Redwire, whose meniscus I need, and Voyager Space. So thanks to all our other sponsors, including special events, amenities, and our marketplace sponsors. As you visit and network at the Marketplace Expo, you'll find many and return and new exhibitors. These are among the premier companies that are driving this burgeoning LEO economy. Before moving on, and this is important, I'd like to honor the memory of Jeff Pingham. He passed away this May, and as some of you know, Jeff was instrumental in the formation of the National Lab, and he was a force of nature and kept us true to the purpose. And truthfully, I think it was at one of my very first conferences that he riddled me with questions asking us what we were doing at the National Lab. So he's going to be very, very missed. And finally, I'd like to express my appreciation to our conference planning committee that's comprised of National Lab staff, and I know it's been a struggle getting here, the NASA staff who has been patient with the National Lab staff, and the AAS staffers who have worked together to build out this amazing event. Truthfully, it has been a heavy lift getting us here, and I'm very excited about the program we have ahead of us, so thank each and every one of you for the work you've done. So finally, I'd like to invite John Mulholland, Boeing's Vice President and Program Manager for the International Space Station, leading overall integration and operations of our orbiting laboratory. But before John joins us, please enjoy this conference sponsor highlight video from our platinum sponsor, Boeing.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here in Boston at the 8th Annual ISSRD Conference. Please join me in thanking Dana and Ray. Their commitment to fully utilizing the ISS as a hub for research and discovery has been exceptional. Thank you. And a round of applause for Jessica, our MC, and Miss England. What an inspiration to girls and young women thinking about a career in STEM-related fields. Thank you. For more than 3 decades, Boeing has played a crucial role in supporting the space station and enabling groundbreaking discoveries in low Earth orbit. Our involvement in the construction and sustainment of the space station has allowed NASA and researchers like you to complete thousands of on-orbit experiments. We continue to evolve the capabilities of the space station to adapt, accommodate, and support increased and novel space experiments, like our augmented power, solar arrays, and battery upgrades. We make these upgrades because we're confident in the return on the investment, thanks to smart, innovative, and determined colleagues like you. We know experiments performed on orbit that benefit humanity will continue to grow exponentially as long as you have a platform to conduct them. Some of the research that excites me the most is in the medical field. Let's take a moment to look at some of the recent advancements. Ongoing drug trials for Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, antimicrobial coatings that aim to fight the spread of bacteria and viruses, mRNA vaccines, successful 3D organ printing. I mean, that is amazing. Just after last year's ISSRD conference, Redwire printed a piece of knee meniscus. Retinal implant development to restore vision due to macular degeneration. Stem cell research for leukemia and other blood cancers. And the development of the cancer treatment drug Keytruda, which can now be administered intravenously rather than via an implanted plug or tube. In my work and family circles, I know at least one person that could benefit from some of these breakthroughs, and I'm sure you do as well. None of these advancements would have been possible without the advocacy of the scientific community. Your dedication in telling the story of the International Space Station's role in research has been instrumental in garnering the recognition and support for this incredible platform. Together, we're blazing a trail for the future, inspiring the next generation workforce, and offering hope for a better tomorrow. Activities in low Earth orbit continue to be the cornerstone of the U.S. human spaceflight program. While we celebrate the achievements of the ISS, we must also acknowledge that it's not a permanent fixture in low Earth orbit. This summer, NASA awarded SpaceX a contract for the vehicle that will help deorbit the ISS in a safe and controlled manner. So we must prepare for the day when replacement commercial destinations are ready, and we must ensure a seamless transition from one platform to another. Ramifications of a gap between ISS and CLDs would significantly impact 3 pipelines essential to CLD success: cargo, crew, and science. This impact would be much more acute than the gap between shuttle and commercial crew, and we must be ready to extend ISS to ensure a seamless transition to CLDs if they encounter normal development delays. Now I'd like to introduce our moderators for the conference's opening keynote session. Dr. Michael Roberts is the ISS National Lab Chief Scientist at the Center for the Advancement of Science in Space, which manages the ISS National Lab in partnership with NASA. Their mission is to expand access to space for research, technology development, and commercial innovation in low Earth orbit to benefit humanity. Joining Michael is Diana Lee, Deputy Division Director for NASA's Biological and Physical Sciences Division of the Science Mission Directorate. Diana's division pioneers scientific discovery in and beyond low Earth orbit to drive advances in science, technology, and space exploration to enhance knowledge, education, innovation, and economic vitality. Michael, Diana, excuse me.